Okay, so I pretty much know nothing. I pretty much know nothing about Kokomi, other than like what we've heard in the story and stuff like that, and that she's like the priestess of Watatsumi, of Island, stuff like that. I also heard that like that Orochi snake thing kind of also has to do something with her lore, but other than that, like I don't know a lot about her. But she does look really cool, and I like her character, like personality. Like I like shrewd type characters, and she appears as someone that is very shrewd and tactical, which is kind of cool. So let's just go into it and let's see what happens. See what's happening in here.
Hey, have you heard? She's the new divine priestess.
Whoa, but she's so young. Do you think she can really handle it?
Remember, Kokomi, as the divine priestess, the whole of Watatsumi Island will be entrusted to you. Though you may not be suited for such a role, from today onward, you must strive to meet the hopes of the people.
You're right. Governing is not my forte. My true skills lie in the art of war, focused on the single purpose of victory. Our aim is to hit the enemy hard
Oh, Goro!
while minimizing casualties. In this battle, Gobi's and Gogeja platoons will be decoys. If successful, we will besiege them. Otherwise, Swordfish platoon will flank the enemy and burn their provisions. Qualified to lead Watatsumi Island? No, I'm far from it. War is chaos, and yet I see the method to the madness. The people are unfathomable. How can I know what their hearts desire? Please visit Sangonomiya Shrine sometime. I wish to talk.
Okay, wow. So I kind of wow. Okay, so a lot of things suddenly make sense. She does seem. I mean, yeah, she's like her styles. Her like whole thing is like, yeah, I excel in the art of war. It's really nice to see Gore here, by the way. I'm really happy. 100% minus 100% crit rate. Yeah, it's really cool actually. You know what? What always strikes me about Kokomi is her eyes. They're like everyone's eyes. I feel like you can see the pupils very clearly, but her eyes are a little murky. You know, like it's kind of hard. Like I don't see a single. I think there's one shot. This is the closest shot where like I think we see her like pupils, right? But there's like this hue here that like is disguising them. It's a bit murky, you know. And I think it's really interesting that like she comes off as someone who's like very tactical and knows what's going on, but at the same time she's very clearly someone who's just thrust into this position and she's expected to do so much. So I think what we're going to be exploring in the story like in the Inazuma story, like in the next patch, or not in the next patch, but in like the next half of this patch, I think what Kokomi's story is going to be about is what happens after the war, because it seems like, and this might sound really bad, but like there are some people that like excel and very well when chaos is happening, when like there's trouble and there's like a trial and stuff like that, they excel very well, and Kokomi comes off as someone that like definitely is that kind of person, you know, like she excels very well in the art of war. But like what happens when the war is over, you know? There's a lot of stuff you have to do to clean up. I think something we saw in the trailer that we didn't see so far. Spoilers, by the way, again for the Inazuma story if you haven't finished it so far. But like, you know, something that like we see in the trailer for 2.1 is this thing about like peace treaty. There's like a peace treaty and it's probably a trap. So I think that's going to be explored in her story. I think I think actually the red herring about that is I don't actually think it's a trap. I actually think it's Kokomi like just thinking is like, okay, well, you know, this is obviously a trap because we're still in the war, but like it's something that comes after the war. So she comes off as a person that's like, you know, what will you do after the war? What will you do once the fighting is over? And I think that's the interesting thing that we will see about Kokomi is when the war is over, what do you do next? Because she even states that she's probably not good for a ruler, but she's good for like make her your general, but don't make her your king. You know, it's kind of interesting. I'm actually really curious to see what's going to happen about that. Unfortunately, I don't have any primo gems to roll for her, so that's going to be kind of a bummer. But she does look pretty cool. A lot of people probably... I hope a lot of people actually end up rolling for her. I'd love to see a lot of her gameplay, even though like some people might be put off by like the minus 100% crit rate. But I think like we're slowly going towards a meta in Genshin where like they're trying to experiment with alternative ways of playing the game. You know what I mean? I think Kokomi is a good step towards that. I think she'll end up doing a lot for that, and I'm really excited to see her when she comes out. I'm really excited to see her character demo now too. That's probably gonna happen on Monday, right? Or no, not. It's either this Monday or next week on Monday. One of those two things. But either way, I'm pretty hyped to see that. Okay, yeah. Well, for people that are watching on YouTube, this is the end of the video. So those are my honest thoughts, and that's my breakdown of this trailer. And if you guys agree or disagree, just say it in the comments below, and that'll be it. So with that, yeah, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.